If you haven't heard of the viral soup dumpling lasagna, you're about to. Now, I don't always try out these trendy TikTok recipes, but this one actually looked insanely good and really easy to make. Turns out it is, and the internet actually knows what it's talking about with this one. So today I'm gonna show you how to make it, but totally plant-based, packed with veggies and protein. It's a great weeknight dinner, perfect to use up old veggies, and it's on the table in like an hour or less. If that all sounds good to you guys, make sure you subscribe below, because I'm all about healthy, high-protein, plant-based goodness, and you should join the fam. Let's get into it. Now, this dumpling lasagna is a cool three-parter, meaning that we've got three very easy steps. The first one is just a few minutes of veggie prep. I'm talking like 2 minutes if you have a food processor. A quick cook down of the filling, and then we're just gonna layer everything together in a casserole dish and get it in the oven. So if you have a food processor, this is a great recipe to use it. Basically, we're just going to combine a block of extra firm tofu and a nice handful of brown mushrooms or shiitake mushrooms. Roughly chop the mushrooms, plunk them in the food processor, and just crumble the tofu into large chunks. And we're just gonna blitz it up together until you have a nice fine mince. And then we're just going to simply dump the contents into a big mixing bowl, and we'll continue with the rest of the veggie prep. Next, we've got some Napa cabbage. You can use like Chinese cabbage, really any kind of cabbage you want. This is just gonna really help to like bulk up the filling. Now we just pretty much wanna shred the cabbage. We don't wanna absolutely pulverize it into a paste. Like so. And into the bowl with the rest. In goes a 1-inch chunk of ginger. Focus, focus, please. Yoink. And 4 hefty cloves of garlic. Then once that's in a nice fine mince, we're just going to add a roughly chopped carrot. Yoink. Oh no, carrot down. And blitz until minced. Beaut. Nice. Okay, so we have a big old bowl of filling. So now that that's all taken care of, you know what I just realized I forgot? These bad boys. Separate the green parts from the light parts, mince them up. We're gonna throw the light parts of the green onions in with the mix. My bad. But anyway, get yourself a big old pot heating up, like so. And once it's nice and HAWT, throw them in. No oil required, because these are going to release so much liquid, there's like no chance in heck of them burning or sticking to the bottom of the pot. So give it all a little mixy, tossy, and let the mixture sweat out for like 7 minutes. That's really all we need. We're not fully cooking it down. We're just kind of trying to eliminate a bunch of the liquid in it so that the casserole doesn't turn into mush once we get the layers going. All right, at about the 5-minute mark, we're gonna add in our seasonings. We've got a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice, 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. Mine's gluten-free. You can also use tamari. A tablespoon of rice vinegar, a tablespoon of chili oil, and this is optional, but I have some dark soy sauce that's mushroom flavored. I got half a tablespoon. This usually isn't gluten-free, so if you can't have gluten, you can just sub it for more tamari. Give it one final stir. We're just gonna let the spices and the seasonings combine, and then the filling's done. Oh my God, the smell of this is unreal. I have no words. What is it with me and the green onions today? I'm just forgetting them at every step of the way here. Just stir them in at the very end and all will be well. Grab yourself a small-ish, medium small-ish casserole dish. Really doesn't matter what shape or what size. 2 options here. You can choose to either take some cooking spray and just give it a quick little zhuzh around the edges and bottom, or you can take a little drizzle of some toasted sesame oil and just brush the whole inside of the casserole dish. Now, I've got a little fun-sized stack of wonton wrappers. This is what we're using for the layers. And I've got a little plate of water here that I'm gonna use to kind of rehydrate them. So just take 1 sheet at a time. They kind of stick together, so you kind of have to just work to peel. Oops, try not to rip them. Peel them apart like that. Beaut. Just dip them in a shallow plate of water, and we're just going to arrange them in a single layer in the bottom of the dish. Just kind of gently press down on each one and repeat. Some overlap is totally fine. Beautiful. First layer done on the bottom. Now we can take our delightful little filling and just start adding in a thin layer on the bottom, just like you would with a lasagna. And then just spread it into like a relatively thin-ish even layer. And voila, first layer done. And basically just repeat until you've run out of your filling. You should probably get about 2 to 3 layers. And then when you get to the final top layer, which admittedly my top layer is a little sparse compared to my other 2 lovely layers below. It happens. You can choose to double layer the top layer of wonton. So instead of adding 1, add double, 2 layers. Just adds a little extra chewiness, which is always fun. Et voila, we have a lasagna with many delicious layers, like an onion. All right, so I've got about a half-ish cup of veggie broth here. You can add most of it if you want. Kind of depends if you want your casserole to have a little bit of broth in the bottom, or if you want a drier lasagna, only add about 1/4 cup of liquid. Beaut. Now what we're gonna do is swap out this dish with a larger casserole dish that the small one can fit inside. Observe. See what I did there? Now we're gonna take some hot water straight from the kettle and we're gonna pour it on the outside in between the 2 casserole dishes, or I should say just in the big one, until it comes to about halfway up the side of the smaller dish with the lasagna in it. Now we cover the whole thing with some aluminum foil, and the idea is that the water we added is going to steam the casserole, much like you would steam a wonton. Get it? And now you're gonna very carefully, like I said, very carefully place her into a 400-degree oven, and we're gonna let her steam for 30 minutes. And while the dumpling lasagna is lasagna-ing, this is the perfect moment for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Yeah, it's right there. It's free to subscribe to Steamy Vegan. We have a lot of fun here. I post 2 to 3 delicious recipe videos a week. I do all sorts of healthy, high-protein, plant-based recipes here. And I'm just here to help you, serve you the things that you wanna make, the things you wanna eat. So yeah, hit that button, like this video while you're at it, and let's check on that casserole, shall we? When it comes out of the oven, the lasagna should look kind of brainy on top. You know, like how wontons get when you steam them? They get all kind of wrinkly and ripply. That is exactly when you know it's done. Should be anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. Serving suggestions are to drizzle some soy sauce on top, maybe some chili oil if you're into it, maybe some sesame oil, a good sprinkle of sesame seeds and green onions, and you have yourself a soup dumpling lasagna. Like, look at all those layers. It's so delicious looking. It literally smells like a wonton. Chewy noodles, savory, spicy, meaty layers. That is so cozy and comforting. Oh my gosh. If you love dumplings, you should definitely go check out my rice paper dumplings that I just posted on the channel. I think you will absolutely love it. The crunch factor is out of this world. And hey, if you haven't already yet, subscribe to Steamy Vegan below. I love you guys, and I'm just here to help you live your happiest, plantiest life. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a blast, and I will see you in another video real soon. Ta-ta!